Hola, my Leo lovers. How are you? It's MJ from Ultra Love TV. Really happy to be here live with you guys. So, Leo, happy birthday. It's your guys' birthday month. Leos are amazing. I mean, every sign is amazing. We all have our light and our dark and our profound lessons and such things. Leo is a fixed fire sign, often courageous leaders and bringing a lot of light ultimately as well. So I'm MJ. I run an online brand called Alta Love. We have merchandise. I published a book a few years ago called The Fearless Life Guide. I offer these intuitive tarot, which is really just simply offering divine guidance and loving clarity. I'm an intuitive empath. And Ultra Love also has a series of online courses called Be the Change, which comprises of 4 8-week courses. The first one is Zenful Zero Waste, which I collaborated with a girl named Katie Finch. And then there's Spirituality Simplified, All to Vegan Love, and Unplug for Freedom. And these courses are really based on my own spiritually guided journey or intuitively guided journey. And like, yeah, being the change we wish to see. So all of the courses are ultimately how I endeavor to live my life, and the values of all to love are sustainability, spirituality, and freedom. So thank you guys for being here. This reading is for the lovely Leos, the month of August 2020. Divine guidance and loving clarity for Leos or whoever stumbles upon this video as and when, offering loving clarity and divine guidance. Also, I really love your guys' likes, subscribes, and your comments. It's really lovely to get to know you here in our online 5D communities. So, it warrants saying as well, ultimately, these are entertainment purposes. However, they can reflect clarity that we might be seeking. It's always important in anything that we do to listen and trust our own intuition and to follow it ultimately. So if we don't resonate with somebody, a reader or a teacher or whatever, then that lack of resonance is a good cue that it's not for you. It's not your teaching. It's not your tribe. If it feels good, if we feel like you know each other and all that, that's something that's happening certainly with Ultra TV and our live share crews. Like, there's seriously awesome group of soul family and friends, international friends. So holla holla, creating your reality, choosing your perspective. So Leo, two more cards I'm hearing for Leo. We have Justice upright. We have a Wheel of Fortune. We have some celebrations this month as well, warranted, Leo, because it's your birthday month. So hella, you might be having some birthday celebrations with some friends. Right down the middle, there's this theme of like a council of some sort where there's a few different elements to this energy here I'm feeling, um, where some kind of advice or something that someone says really kind of puts you off. For a moment in the month, it might feel like it's kind of throwing your world upside down, and yet we have the justice as a result. So the justice is a card about fairness. It brings balance, right? And yet there seems to be something coming through. I'm having a intuition around a moment many years ago, around 2012, where an astrologer, sort of unwarranted, right? I didn't ask for the advice. I wasn't coming to them for a reading or any such thing. They just happened to be in my physical proximity, and they said something to me which made me cry. I didn't cry in there in front of them, but they said it, and then upon reflection, what they said hit me really hard, and I ended up feeling really, really kind of forlorn for a few days. And that was really 2012, right? Massive activation year. And that was a sort of up level in my awareness of how different energies can affect us. And oftentimes, if we're in a habit of people pleasing or giving our power to other people, it can absolutely affect our beingness. So I feel like there's like a lesson here, possibly around that, giving someone else some power and then it affecting you in not a great way. So Wheel of Fortune reverse, like what? And yet, I'll say that intuitively, this feels like something you can kind of overcome fairly quickly. Like it's not a really deep, heavy, dark night of the soul kind of energy or death process or even a Five of Cups. It's not a deep grief. It's like a honing of your intuitive awareness. It's something coming in that kind of like could potentially throw you off, but you're like, no, no, I see that. I'm not going to take that on. I'm not going to. And then you have justice at the end, right? Now, at the beginning of the month for a lot of you, I do feel like this is celebration. This is your birthday celebration. We have a Three of Cups. We have a honeymoon card. So we have potentially a celebration around something becoming um, more foundational, some kind of sense of support, stability becoming more foundational. That can also warrant. So some of you could even have some kind of proposal or engagement or um, I'm getting like a family reunion or some kind of fate this summer, this August. And it brings about a lot of joy. For some of you, you might be traveling there. There's a Three of Wands as well. So you might be traveling to this fate, to this party, to this event. It does feel very joyful, very celebratory. And then there again, you move into the middle of the month. There's a little bit of a kind of a hiccup. I do very much resonate with the feeling that uh, some kind of unsolicited advice comes to you and you're a bit like like possibly somebody offering like business advice or and I think you listen because you're open-minded or this person is maybe a trusted um advisor or counselor or something like that, and yet it kind of throws you off your center after all this celebration and all this fun, and yet you come back round, you pull it back, bringing it back into the justice mode. So I'm gonna move on to the Osho deck and see if we can receive any additional messages for divine guidance and loving clarity for the Leo. Yeah, so this person offering the advice isn't ultimately in their full power. They're a bit comfortable in their position, and hence that can be again a reflective of, is this the person? Well, this person is pretty well, they're cushy, they're supported in their world. They're like, yeah, do this, do that. They're maybe a bit flippant about the advice they give, and I think this is about you sussing that out and being like, that's great for you, but like I don't need to take that on. I don't need to take on that advice, right? You're standing more proud and more powerful in the justice energy. Yeah, this is about deception, right? This is like a test, some kind of um test in deception, because there's the politic card as well, which is sort of clarifying this, getting some bad advice, getting some kind of, which bearing in mind for this community, you could also look at that as some kind of psychic attack, like somebody saying gossip, people getting together and gossiping, or you going to see somebody saying something, then looping it back around, and you're getting a funny feeling about this connection, right? And the politics card, the Seven of Swords, this is sneaky, this is sneaky energy, deceptive energy, and it's possibly about bringing you to a higher level of justice within yourself, rising, rising out of, I guess you could say, like bullshit barriers, or like in the A-Fest or Mind Valley crew, they call the rules, the bullshit rules, right? Like somebody who's like, oh, but this is how they do it. This, like somebody who's just been in their fucking authority for a while and it's possibly fairly old paradigm, and they're like, yeah, but this is how you do things, and something's not sitting with you, and that's quite right. Because this is I almost want to say like a test of your own trusting of intuition, your trusting of will, and also your trusting in true justice, like divine law, right? So digging really deep within to find that inner divine messaging that brings you back to justice, instead of giving people who aren't in their integrity, who are just following rules blindly. Okay, because we have this card here with this potential weird situation of somebody that it doesn't land. Whatever they say or do to you isn't land. Is that this person is following all the rules. They're in their cage, but they also have a blindfold. They can't see for shit, you know? And really you're wanting to kind of override all those energies and come to your justice place, come to that place of fairness and balance where you're at the center of your world, right? Not giving power to these sorts of people who are just lounging there being like, yeah, do that. And then people who wear masks. So Leo, this is one a very positive, uplifting, celebratory month for you. And then also there's potentially some little mini tests around honing your intuition to come back to your center so that you come into full justice. You know yourself, right? You know the difference between, taking on other people's bullshit, even if they appear to be in some position of power. It might look powerful on that first glance, but it's a mask. And there's just like layers for that person, right? So whatever the advice that they're in upright, solid, not so sure. Plus with the surrounding cards, somebody or some group of kind of counsel. I would say you're rising above. That's why it might feel a bit like woo, Wheel of Fortune, like as in falling off. You're coming round this. This is really the month where you can step into your power fully, and it makes sense. It's your birthday month, Leo. So it's time to shine, Leo lovers. Um, that's your reading for today and for the month of August. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for the thumbs up. I look forward to reading the comments, and I'll get around to doing our weekly readings as well for oh yo lovers. I love you all so much. Have a great month of August. I look forward to seeing you next month. Oh, also, I'm probably going to go live August 1st and do live collective intuitions and possibly a bit of intuitive tarot. We'll see how we go. Lots of love, you guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace out.